Good evening and welcome to King Arena for tonight's CCIW matchup. This is Amelia Sniffen for the Wheaton Thunder Sports Network. I'm joined by Josh Beisel here on the campus of Wheaton College, and we're excited to bring to you tonight's matchup between the 11-4 Wheaton Thunder and the 7-8 Augustana Vikings. We're going to send it down to the floor right now for the starting lineups and the national anthem, and then we'll be right back with you folks. Thanks for joining us.
This time we have 3 tribes playing for national anthem. Here are the starting lineups for this evening's game. First for the visiting Augustana College of Vikings. Number 10, a sophomore from Rock Island, Illinois, Hannah Simmer. A senior from Rock Island, number 14, Lauren Hall. Number 23, a junior from Bettendorf, Iowa, Macy Beinborn. Number 30, a freshman from Springfield, Illinois, Emily Brenison. Number 33, a junior from Davenport, Iowa, Gabriella Loys. The Vikings are coached by Mark Beinborn. Here are the starters for your Wheaton College Thunder. A 5'8" sophomore from Victoria, Minnesota, number 4, Lily Schwen. Number 22, a 5'10" senior from Wheaton North High School, Hannah Swider. Number 25, a 5'11" freshman from Northfield, Minnesota, Annika Richardson. Number 31, a 6'1" junior from Coopersburg, Pennsylvania, Ellie Castle. And a 5'10" sophomore from Asheville, North Carolina, number 34, Caroline Sicking. Wheaton is coached by Kent Madsen, assisted by Katie Cuthbert and Annie Gensler. The officials for tonight's game, Ashley Logan, Shante Glenn, and Bob Jenkins.
Welcome back to King Arena for tonight's presentation of our women's basketball game between Wheaton Thunder and Augustana Vikings. Both teams looking to build off of what happened last game. Wheaton coming off of a win at North Central in their most recent game. Augustana also against North Central, but coming away with a loss in that last game. Both teams looking to continue getting back on track after a rough period of the season. Castle wins the tip. Schwen will take the ball up the court for the Thunder. Back to Schwen, out to Castle. Throws it into Richardson. Puts up a floater.
A great job there by the freshman Annika Richardson to grab that pass from Castle, go up strong, and grab her own rebound, and then get the foul.
Story we're going to be watching tonight Amelia, is whether Annika Richardson can keep up her recent scoring streak, averaging just under 25 points a game over the last 4.
Yeah, she's been playing incredible, especially for a freshman. She's just had a great performance these last couple of games. Madsen has trusted her to start, and she's done really well.
Bryson takes it up the court for Augustana after Richardson makes good on both of her free throws. Bryson driving, stripped away.
Good job there by the junior transfer, Caroline Sickink, transferred from Gordon College this year. We've seen her steal a lot of balls these last couple of games. She brings a lot of energy and spunk to the court, and great to see that right away. Good for the Thunder to start with energy tonight here in King Arena.
Schwen with a nice pass to Swider, to Castle. Back to Swider in the corner. Castle out to Schwen, out to Richardson. Deep three-pointer, and it's good from Annika Richardson for 3.
Annika Richardson, I mean, as we said earlier, she's just having a heck of a season and starts off with the first 5 points for the Thunder tonight, which has just been how these last couple of games have been going. She's been starting her team off strong and plays like she has a couple years under her belt, but she's just a freshman.
Hall's offensive rebound, can't get it to go. Pass up court from Schwen to Swider. Back out to Ellie Castle, to Sickink. Schwen looking to move the ball. Down low to Sickink. Nice post move. Shot's just a little bit off. Comes back, rebound by Louise. Augustana pushing it back up the court. To the near corner. Hannah Simmer with the three-point attempt, can't get it to fall. Louise Schwen pushing the ball back up the court. Finds Ellie Castle on the three-point line. Back to Schwen. Pass to Sickink on the far side. To Swider. Sickink driving. Another great basket by Annika Richardson with the first 7 points for the Thunder, all scored by her. Thunder up 7-0 on Augustana, who have yet to find the bottom of the basket with the ball.
Such a great offensive possession right there, Josh, for the Thunder, to get Augustana tired, to use that shot clock to their advantage, and then to get it into Richardson, and she finished.
Louise Schwen with an open driving lane to Ellie Castle. Mid-range jumper, no good. Back down to Annika Richardson, who tries to push a pass inside to Schwen, but it's taken away by Lauren Hall from Augustana. Emily Brynison surveying the court.
Looks like we have a walk there from Beinhorn. I think what we're seeing right now, Josh, is a slow start for Augustana. This is their 3rd road game of the week. They were on the road Saturday, on the road Monday, and they're on the road again today here at Wheaton. And so we can expect them to come out a little bit slow tonight, not have a lot of legs under them, and make those little mistakes like the walk that we just saw.
Richardson makes the shot, but it doesn't look like it's going to count. Schwen ready to inbound the ball for the Thunder. And Amelia, I think the point about Augustana having to face a lot of tough games in the past is really important as we look at tonight. Castle sinks a nice mid-range jumper to put the Thunder lead almost into double digits. If I'm not mistaken, Augustana's unfortunately had a lot of issues with COVID and games being rescheduled because of that. Certainly coming into another away game after dealing with all those and after a tough loss to a pretty decent North Central team. Certainly difficult, but they're going to look to get on track here as the game continues.
Yeah, definitely a frustrating start to their conference play, having to play by Saturday they'll have had 14. In 14 days they'll have had 7 games, which is just crazy. And it's really tough as a student athlete to just keep playing and go back and forth. It's hard on their bodies. So I feel for this Augustana team that's trying to bounce back from this crazy schedule due to COVID, but they can bounce back. They had a similar start against Elmhurst the other week where Elmhurst was up 9-0 and Augustana they're a streaky team, and they actually came back and they were able to score within a minute. They had a minute and a half. They had 11 points and were outscoring Elmhurst. So this is not uncharacteristic for them to start slow. So we'll see what they'll do here on this offensive possession against the Thunder. Not sure what's going on here at the officials table. Looks like Augustana will finally start with the ball again.
Looks like Augustana's making a substitution. Gabrielle Louise goes to the bench, and Shada Hodges comes in for her. Brynison up at the top of the key with the ball, surveying the floor, looking for someone to pass to. Good ball movement to start this possession for Augustana. Beinborn out to Hall. Kicks it to the corner for Hodges. Thunder defense doing a great job, making every shot difficult on this possession. Fighting for the rebound. Ball will remain with Augustana. It will be inbounded by Hodges.
Looks like we have 2 subs coming in for the Thunder, Kaylee Hermanson and Anna Mooney subbing in for Sickink and Schwinn.
Inbound to Lauren Hall. Makes space with a little step back and a nice mid-range jumper to get the first score of the game for Augustana. Nice move by Hall, creating some separation off the dribble, making that shot from right around the free throw line. Kaylee Hermanson with the ball. Pass to Ellie Castle, who puts up another mid-range jumper. Bounces in and out. Rebounded by Augustana. Brynison pass to Hall. Finds Hodges at the top of the key. Hall in the corner for 3. It's good. Hall with a nice corner 3-pointer to bring the Wheaton lead down to 4. Anna Mooney passes to Hannah Swider. Tried to get a 3-pointer of her own to fall, but it came off of the right side of the rim. Out of bounds on the Thunder will be Augustana ball.
Looks like we have a timeout here. Great job by Augustana to get a couple stops in a row there and score on the offensive possessions. As I said, they're a streaky team and they can turn it on at certain points in time, and they're doing that right now after their slow start against the Thunder.
Yeah, 2 nice baskets from Hall to can start to chip away at that 9-0 lead that Wheaton first held. That nice middle of the floor jumper from Hall, along with that nice corner 3-pointer. They're going to look to probably keep feeding her the ball, as it looks like she's got a little bit of a hot hand right now. But that being said, we haven't seen much of the offensive play from either team other than from Wheaton's own Annika Richardson and Augustana's Hall. So I'm thinking we're going to see both teams trying to get more of their players involved on the offensive end. We've seen some good ball movement so far, some open looks for both teams. Just some of the shots haven't been hitting the bottom of the net.
Definitely. I was speaking with head coach of Wheaton College, Kent Madsen, yesterday, and he was saying, you know, one of his big goals for the season is to have 3 players consistently contributing large numbers in games. He said if we can do that, if we can have 3 players that consistently play good games, then every game will be a win. But right now, with Annie Tate out, it's a little bit tough for this team to spread the points across the board, as Augustana starts with the ball here with just under 5 minutes to go in the first.
Hodges finds Hall.
A little crazy play right there. Let's see what happened here. Looks like Ellie Castle gets the foul called on her for a trip down low. And Taylor Sanders will sub in for her, the senior out of Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Hodges getting ready to inbound the ball for Augustana. Good block by Hannah Swider. Nice deflection for Hannah Swider. Turns it into a turnover for the Thunder. Anna Mooney at the top of the key with the ball. Thought about shooting it for a second.
Looks like we have an offensive foul there on Sanders, an illegal screen. Let's watch it here. Yeah, just moves with it and gets that call.
Hodges taking the ball up the court for Augustana. Lauren Hall with the ball. Pass back to Brynison. Back to Hodges, back to Brynison again. Errant pass from Beinborn to the inside. Picked up by the Thunder.
That's something that this Augustana team needs to watch for. They love the lob pass. They've done that in a lot of their games so far this season, but Wheaton tends to front in the post, and they also tend to have the help from behind, so those lob passes just aren't going to cut it tonight.
Decent offensive possession from the Thunder there. Couldn't get the ball to fall after a nice offensive rebound. Back with Augustana. Brynison, deep three-pointer. It's no good. Hodges with the offensive rebound. Pass back out to Brynison. To the corner. Back to Brynison. Hall outside the three-point line. Hodges in the corner. Brynison with another deep three-pointer. Same spot, makes it count this time. Three-pointer for Augustana. Wheaton now only leads by 1 point. Augustana on an 8-0 run since Wheaton's early lead. Annika Richardson with an early three-pointer in the shot clock. Does not find its spot. Taken by Augustana. Brynison at the top of the key once again. Pass to Hall, guarded by Sanders.
Looks like we have another illegal screen here, this time on Augustana. Wheaton will get the ball here as Aaron Morrissey subs in for the Vikings.
Kayla Hermanson will inbound for the Thunder.
Looks like we have another substitution.
Dana Reiser in for the Vikings. Swider takes the ball up the court, guarded by Hodges. Hermanson looking for a pass. Mooney, Sanders at the top of the key. Starts a dribble. And a Mooney three-point attempt. Just off, does not find the bottom. Hodges pushing the pace up the court, back to Brynison at the top of the key. She drives in on Richardson. Reiser, nice skip pass to Hodges. Back to Brynison. Macy Beinborn with the ball. Dana Reiser. Brynison puts up a shot as the shot clock expires, did not get it off in time. That'll be a Thunder ball.
Great defensive possession there by the Thunder as Lily Schwinn and Caroline Sickink are subbing in for the last 2 minutes of the first. Wheaton's trying to get some subs in, get a spark in there so they can extend the lead.
Lily Schwinn hoping to make that happen. Pass to Hermanson, to Sickink. Sizing up Beinborn. Passes it back out to Anna Mooney. Nice skip pass to Richardson. Dribble move with the separation. Deep three-pointer from Annika Richardson is good.
What a great move by Annika Richardson. Really getting crafty with it on the wing there and able to finish.
Richardson already with 10 points in this one. Impressive first quarter from her.
Yeah, she's really done a great job at stepping up this year. I think it was a little bit scary for the Thunder to lose Annie Tate to a foot injury. She's out for the season, but Coach Madsen told his team, hey, we need our whole team to step up, and Annika Richardson, the freshman, really took that to heart, and she's done exactly that in these past couple of conference games. We saw that on Saturday night against North Central in her first double-double.
Jada Hodges has subbed out for the Vikings. Grace Nestich is in for her. Annika Richardson wide open on the three-point line, and it's good. Another three-pointer from Richardson. And Thunder back up to a 7-point lead.
That's exactly what Augustana does not want. They don't want to leave her wide open on the three-point line.
Beinborn trying to get Anna Mooney with a little bit of a hezzy move there. Unfortunately did not work. Beinborn back with the ball. Back to the corner to Reiser. Up top to Brynison once again. Dribbling on Richardson. Three-pointer from Morrissey, no good. Rebounded by Sickink to Annika Richardson. She thought about the three-pointer for a second, but kicks it out to Anna Mooney. 10 seconds left. The Thunder will look to get one more shot off. Corner shot. Hermanson off the rim. No good. Pushing up the court. Shot does not go down. The end of the first. Wheaton up 7 points. Wheaton Thunder 15. Augustana Vikings 8. Annika Richardson with a team-high 13 points already on 4 for 7 shooting and 3 for 4 from the three-point line. What an impressive first quarter from Annika Richardson. Overall, playing really well, looking to continue that streak of scoring that we've seen over the past 4 games. Anything that you've noticed, Amelia, so far that you'd like to point out?
Well, I think one important thing to note is that Augustana they've been living on a bus right now these past couple of games. They've had several games about 2 hours away this past week, and so they already have 5 turnovers just in the first quarter, and that just comes with being tired and not having the legs that they usually would have. So we can expect them to have a slow start. I'm excited to see with a team like Augustana, they can usually turn it on in the second quarter, so I'm excited to see them step it up, and we'll see if other players from Wheaton can step it up as well and kind of support Richardson, as she's really done a lot of the heavy work right now. Looks like she won't start the second quarter.
If Augustana will want to chip away at that Wheaton lead, they certainly will have to not let any defensive breakdowns happen, especially with Richardson. We saw her second three-pointer of the night came on a wide-open look. Just a simple defensive breakdown from Augustana left her with no one within 10 feet of her, which she cashed in. With a shooter like Richardson, you really just can't leave her that open.
Yeah, and when you're tired, those little things start to go away. You're not as focused, and you're not seeing who's open, and you're not closing out as fast. And so I can totally understand that Augustana's a little bit tired tonight, but I think they'll turn it on in the second quarter as they start with the first offensive possession here.
Brynison with the ball at the top of the key. Pass to Hannah Simmer. She gets it to Morrissey, who gets it back to Brynison. Good defensive possession from the Thunder, holding the Vikings without a shot up as the shot clock expires, and that's Wheaton ball.
A great job defensively there by the Thunder, and so fun to see that bench so loud tonight. With COVID protocols, there's not a lot of fans in King Arena tonight, so it's awesome to see that bench being loud, getting on their feet and cheering on their teammates for a great defensive possession right there.
Jada Hodges subs in for the Augustana Vikings for Emily Brynison. Anna Mooney takes the ball up the court, guarded by Nestich. Nice pass from Mooney out to Hermanson. Anna Mooney with the ball again, finds Ellie Castle down low. Defender was sagging a bit. Castle's shot came off the front of the rim, but was rebounded by Anna Mooney and put right back up for the bucket. Nestich surveying the floor, working on Mooney. Hodges with the ball at the three-point line, guarded by Swider. Hannah Simmer driving, kicks out. Back to Nestich. Swider gets a hand in, stopping the drive. Hannah Simmer, ball stripped, picked back up.
Some tough, gritty plays there by the Thunder to hold them down and play good, tough defense for almost a full 30 seconds. get the ball back, and then with Ellie Castle to grab that board and then get a foul on top of it. Good job by the Thunder. They're making those hustle plays right now, and that's really contributing to this lead early on in this game.
Augustana making a few substitutions here. Gabrielle Louise is back in the game, as well as Macy Beinborn and Lauren Hall. Swider to Mooney, down to Castle, back to Mooney. Back to Mooney again in the corner, up to the top of the key to Hermanson. Sicking surveying the floor. She wants the drive, moves in out to Castle. Castle takes the shot, and it goes in off a nice bounce off the front of the rim. Nice touch on that shot from Ellie Castle. Gabrielle Louise working down low. Gets the shot off on Ellie Castle, and it goes down. Anna Mooney taking the ball up. Lily Schwen, takes the ball up the court. Nice skip pass to the corner to Swider. Almost lost it. Back to Swider. She wants the drive on Louise. Kaylee Hermanson with a nice move. Can't make it finish, but a nice move from her nonetheless. Beinborn almost loses the pass. Hodges with a nice skip pass to Hall, who's open on the three-point line. Shot a little too long, rebounded by Anna Mooney. Pushing the ball up the court. Pass a little short, intended for Hannah Swider, and picked off by Hodges, who kicks it out to Macy Beinborn. Three-pointer is good from Macy Beinborn.
A messy couple of possessions right there, back and forth between the Vikings and the Thunder. It's looking like a track race right now out there, but Augustana's taken advantage of that, and Beinborn was able to finish at the three.
Both teams playing at a pretty high pace right now. We've seen a few little turnovers.
And that's a frustrating foul right there at that point on the court, and this early on in the game. That kind of foul is really unnecessary. Frustrating for the Thunder there.
Annika Richardson checks in for Hermanson. Hodges will take the ball up the court for the Vikings on their offensive possession. Swider sizes up Hodges, comes out to meet her.
And that's another foul there on Caroline Sicking. That's her second, and just a matter of seconds.
You know, and you can't fault Sicking for playing with that grit, but
yeah.
There are those moments where if you overextend yourself just a little too bit, the ref's going to get the foul on you.
Definitely. It's great to see the intensity out there, but not too great to have two fouls this early on in the game. Looks like we have a shot clock issue on the court.
As they get that figured out, we've seen Augustana spread the ball out a little bit more, more players for them, getting some points down in the scoring category. Still a 6-point Thunder lead that Augustana will hope to continue to chip away at, but we've seen a little bit more energy from them in these last few possessions, especially after those messy few where Beinborn converted that nice three-pointer. Pass a little bit too much juice behind it from Beinborn. Taken by the Thunder. Ellie Castle wide open on the three-point line. Pushes it underneath to Richardson, who takes it back out to Castle. And it looks like they're going to get a foul on the Thunder.
Good job there by Annika Richardson to realize she was doubled, though, and pass it out to Castle. It's a smart play by the freshman.
Hodges moving in. Wide open in the corner. It's Hannah Simmer. Rebounded by Lauren Hall. Beinborn outside the three-point line. Hall, skip pass across the court to Louise. Nice jumper, can't make it count. Rebounded by Caroline Sicking, who will take the ball up the court for the Thunder, looking for an open shooter, and she's got Annika Richardson, who makes the shot fall once again. Annika Richardson, some impressive shooting tonight from the three-point line. Now 4 for 5 from three. Hodges to Louise, who drives in. Nice little floater, bounces out. Swider taking the ball up the court. Swider takes the ball inside to a few steps inside the three-point line. Shoots, doesn't make it count, but rebounded by the Thunder. LA Castle up. Nice move. Unfortunately, good defense from the Vikings there to stifle that shot. Hodges pushes up. Louise driving on Swider.
Looks like we have an offensive foul on the Vikings down low.
Great defense by Hannah Swider on that possession, using the baseline to her advantage as a defender of its own.
And we've got a timeout here as the Thunder lead 22-13 with just under 5 minutes to go in the second quarter. It's been a pretty good game so far. I think we've seen the Vikings kind of come back after a slow start. The Thunder, they've been pretty consistent throughout the game. Josh, what do you think some keys are going to be for the Thunder here in this timeout to end the quarter strong?
Well, we've seen a few fouls over the past few minutes that have just seemed pretty preventable. Obviously, Coach Madsen is going to want to see those kind of moments definitely occur a lot less. We had 2 from Sickink. And so I think that's really the biggest thing is you encourage your team to continue playing with that energy, but to also keep it balanced so you don't overextend yourselves and get caught in situations where you're going to get called for a foul.
Definitely, I think that's a great point. You don't want to get in foul trouble this early on in the game. Both teams just with 2 right now for the remaining 5 minutes of this quarter.
Just under 5 minutes left in this quarter. Both teams with the original starting lineups in. Anna Mooney will take, Lily Schwen, excuse me, will take the ball up the court. Ellie Castle wide open on the three-point line. Anna Mooney finds Ellie Castle again, just inside the three-point line, and Ellie makes the deep mid-range jumper count.
That's her shot. Her bread and butter is that 15-footer, and she's very consistent from that spot on the court. So great to see Wheaton feeding her the ball at that area.
Hodges driving in. Right-handed shot attempt was blocked by Kaylee Hermanson. Anna Mooney gets the ball to Ellie Castle once again, who gets it down low to Richardson, kicks it out to Hermanson, who shoots the three-pointer, but misses. Offensive rebound by Anna Mooney. Hannah Swider at the top of the key. Ellie Castle with the ball, finds Anna Mooney again, just outside the three-point line. Hermanson thinks about the shot, gets it to Anna Mooney, who shoots. Lily Schwen, excuse me.
Good job there by Castle to anticipate that pass, get the steal. Over to Swider, and they're going to call a walk.
Travel on Hannah Swider. A great defensive play by Ellie Castle, reading the pass just before it happens, getting a nice steal. Hodges with the ball at the top of the key for Augustana. She drives in, kicks it out to Lauren Hall. Finds Beinborn in the corner, three-pointer, a little too long. Looks like they're gonna get Ellie Castle with a loose ball foul on Hodges.
That's Ellie Castle's second. Looks like Taylor Sanders is gonna sub in here for her.
Hodges will inbound for the Vikings. Nice bounce pass to Brynison, to Hall, up to Hannah Simmer, back to Brynison.
And a call there on the Vikings. Possession will go to the Thunder.
Hannah Swider will inbound to Lily Schwen. Hannah Simmer subs out for the Vikings. In for her is Dana Reiser. Swider gets the ball to Anna Mooney, who finds Annika Richardson. Richardson puts the pass down low to Hannah Swider, who misses her shot. Hodges, fast pace up the court, gets some separation for Brynison, who shoots the three-pointer and misses.
A nice board there by Taylor Sanders. She brings a lot of energy into the game. Good look there by Schwinn. Just Richardson couldn't grab it down low.
It's a nice two-man action right there. Just couldn't execute that very end point. I wouldn't be surprised if we see that play once again later in this game. Errant pass picked off by Sickink. It'll be Lily Schwinn taking the ball up the court once again for the Thunder. Richardson cuts outside the three-point line. Deep three-pointer. No good. But rebounded by Hannah Swider, who goes up for the shot.
Can tell she wanted the call there, but it looks like the ball is going to go back to the Vikings. With just under 2 minutes to go, we'll see if the Vikings can get a good offensive possession here, get some energy.
Thunder with their largest lead of the night at 11 points. Augustana will look to chip away at that as we get to just about 90 seconds left. Lauren Hall with the basket.
Looks like the call is going to be on the floor here. Taylor Sanders came in just a little too soon. Left her feet a little too early. Oh no, that is an and one. Brings Hall to the line. Lauren Hall, a 5'9" senior from Rock Island, Illinois. She's fourth in the conference right now for rebounding.
Lauren Hall converts the and one. Taylor Sanders in the corner. Annika Richardson at the top of the key drives. Good defense by the Vikings, stifling Annika Richardson's shot attempt. Brynison gets it to Dana Reiser. Back to Brynison at the top of the key. Swider comes out to meet her. Macy Brynborn gets the ball inside to Lauren Hall, who kicks it back out to Brynison, back inside to Hall. Nice dribble move. Out to Dana Reiser, three-point attempt is good from the Vikings. Two nice baskets, three-point plays for the Vikings. Wheaton Thunder now lead by 5 points, and just like that, we see an 11-point lead go to a 5-point lead.
Great offensive possession there by Augustana to get it in and out and get Wheaton tired at the end of this first half.
Richardson with the ball driving in, kicks it to Taylor Sanders, who moves around her defender. Nice shot attempt by Sanders, just a little short.
Augustana's going to hold it here for the last shot of the half.
Swider with nice pressure on Brynison, not giving her anything easy. Defensive switch, Swider now on Hodges at the top of the key. Hodges almost loses the dribble, 3 seconds left. Macy Brynborn, shot attempt, gets interrupted by the Thunder defense. And that will be the end of the first half here at King Arena. A very exciting first half. Definitely saw the game swing momentum in both directions. Any closing thoughts before we go into halftime, Amelia?
I think this game is just really going to be a test of which team can be most consistent in the second half. I think these are two streaky teams. Wheaton's streaky, they're coming back from a couple of injuries. Augustana's been on the road, and so whoever wins this game is going to be the team that can remain consistent for the next 20 minutes of this game.
Once again, we are in King Arena for this broadcast of the Wheaton Thunder women's basketball team versus the visiting Augustana Vikings. Wheaton leads by 5 points at the half, up 24-19. We'll be back after halftime for our second half action of CCIW women's basketball.
Hello, my name's Priscilla, and I'm an applied health science major from Portland, Oregon. Thanks for joining our tour today.
And I'm Blake. I'm a history and communication major from Atlanta, Georgia. Welcome to Wheaton. Let's get started. Established in 1860, Wheaton College is guided by its original mission for Christ and His kingdom, a mission to educate the whole person and prepare you to make the difference God is calling you to make. Our 2,400 undergraduate students come from all 50 states and over 70 countries to make Wheaton College their home for the next 4 years.
We're located in Wheaton, Illinois. Campus is only a short walk from a downtown area filled with coffee shops, parks, and restaurants. We're also next to a train stop that will take you directly into downtown Chicago. There, our students can access the arts, culture, internships, and job opportunities that the nation's third largest city provides. Also, your Wheaton Student ID gets you free access to the Art Institute of Chicago, one of the largest art museums in the United States.
Our first stop is Blanchard Hall, the oldest and most iconic building on campus. Blanchard was built in 4 separate sections, beginning in 1853 and completed in 1927. It currently houses several academic departments and administrative offices. Since our founding, Wheaton has only had 8 presidents, starting with Jonathan Blanchard, a known abolitionist and believer in quality education for all. Our current president, Dr. Philip Wheaton, began his term in 2010, and the students are big fans of his. He regularly captains intramural teams, invites students over to his house for game nights, and if you ever need to find him, check the basketball courts around 6 a.m. He'll probably be playing his regularly scheduled pickup game in the Krauser Sports Complex.
Also featured in Blanchard Hall is our Missions Wall, a celebration of alumni who have gone on to serve in cross-cultural missions, hundreds of names and decades of service around the world. Wheaton's commitment to academic excellence, the liberal arts, and education of the whole person will prepare you for whatever and wherever God is calling you, from the mission field to the boardroom.
We have over 50 majors, certificate programs, and accelerated master's programs. Our student-to-faculty ratio is about 10 to 1, and our average class size is about 23 students, which means you'll definitely get to know your professors. What's even better is that they will actually be intentional about getting to know you outside of the classroom, whether it be through office hours, meals in the dining hall, or even inviting students over to their homes for dinner. Few things make me happier than a home-cooked meal.
Wheaton values experiential learning for all students. We offer extensive study abroad opportunities through our Office of Global Programs and Studies. There are over 70 semester and summer programs. This next year, I'll be studying abroad through our Human Needs and Global Resources program, what we call Hunger. Hunger is an academic certificate program unique to Wheaton. It can be added to any major and includes on-campus coursework as well as a 6-month internship abroad, where you integrate your area of study with cross-cultural research and service.
Our next stop is Edmond Chapel. 3 times a week, students gather here for prayer and worship. Now I gotta be honest, having chapel 3 times a week seemed a little intimidating, but our chaplain's office does an incredible job at making chapel an engaging and enriching experience. We have diverse speakers from all over the world come to teach, as well as members from our own faculty, staff, and even student body. Chapel bands and student ensembles from our conservatory lead us in worship as well. Chapel is central to our mission because it refocuses our hearts and minds on God and on what Jesus is doing both in our lives and throughout the world. This large space also hosts concerts by Wheaton ensembles, guest artists, the annual talent show, and other student events run by our college union.
Armitage Center for Music and the Arts houses our Conservatory of Music. The conservatory provides professional training in music performance, music education, composition, and more with world-class faculty. Armitage was completely renovated in 2017 for our conservatory, with a recital hall, 2 recording studios, a digital keyboard lab, faculty studios, practice rooms, and more, all specifically designed with musical acoustics in mind. A new 650-seat concert hall and a large choral rehearsal room opened in August 2020, completing the 2nd stage of renovation. Dr. Michael Wilder, our Dean of the Conservatory, Arts, and Communication, frequently reminds us of the biblical importance of music and worship. Even if you're not a music major, you can participate in one of our many ensembles or take private lessons, and you can add a certificate in worship arts to any major. Coming to college to study the sciences, I didn't know if I'd be able to stay involved in music, but quickly found musical outlets in gospel choir and our co-ed a cappella group, Amplify a cappella. Even with ensembles I'm not involved in, there are plenty of opportunities to enjoy campus concerts and performances each semester.
Krauser Sports Complex is home to 21 NCAA Division III intercollegiate teams, who combined have won over 40 conference championships in the last 10 years. We also have 7 club sports teams and many student-led intramurals, including sand volleyball, inner tube water polo, and more. 80% of the student body is involved in the activities offered through the Krauser Sports Complex. So Krauser plays a big part in student life at Wheaton. It has practice gyms, a rock climbing wall, a fully equipped weight room, and a dance studio featuring group fitness classes. Also housed in Krauser is a 25-meter pool and King Arena, used by our varsity volleyball, wrestling, and basketball teams. Our varsity men's basketball team made a Division III Final Four appearance in 2019. Across campus, you will see McCulley Stadium, home to the Wheaton Thunder football team, who advanced to the Division III quarterfinals in 2019. And next to that is Joe Bean Stadium, home to our men's and women's soccer teams. Let's go Thunder! Wheaton is a residential campus, and 90% of our students live on campus all 4 years, whether in residence halls, apartments, or houses. If you're an incoming freshman, you'll be living in one of our 2 underclassmen residence halls, Fisher Hall or Smith-Traber Hall.
With 75% of our students coming from outside of Illinois, we aren't a school where students go home on the weekends. Instead, students invest in making Wheaton their home, and residence life is a prime example of how living in community is central to our lives as Christians and central to daily life at Wheaton. Dedicated residence life staff supports students mentally, physically, and spiritually. Student residence assistants on each floor plan events and community building opportunities, like the annual Oktoberfest, a contest specific to Smith-Traber Hall, where floors prepare and offer immersive, themed tours.
But if you ask me, I had way more fun at the Fisher Dodgeball Tournament.
However, I think we can all agree that Smith-Traber is clearly the superior residence hall.
That's hilarious. Even the visitors watching know that Fisher is obviously better.
Our next stop is Meyer Science Center. Rising from the rocks to the stars, with geology and environmental science on the lower level, and moving up to our observatory at the top, this structure is built on a grounded passion for learning through and from God's creation. Wheaton's commitment to the integration of faith and learning continues strongly through our study of the sciences. At Wheaton, we believe that all truth is God's truth, so the study of God's created order is both an academic and a spiritual pursuit. Almost all professors have their own labs, where undergrad students conduct research alongside them. We offer rigorous preparation for pre-health tracks through our dedicated health professions office. As an applied health science major on the pre-nursing track, my hands-on learning experiences here have profoundly shaped my passion for the sciences. Getting to learn in the cadaver lab only deepened the way that I understand and engage my faith in relation to our physical embodiment. Meyer is also home to Perry the Mastodon, one of the most complete mastodon skeletons in North America. Found in nearby Glen Ellen in 1963, Perry was excavated by Wheaton geology students and now has inspired our Thunder mascot, Tor.
Beamer Student Center was named after Todd M. Beamer, a 1991 Wheaton alum who lost his life on Flight 93 during the 9/11 attacks. His famous words, "Let's roll," have become a motto to us here at Wheaton. Lower level Beamer, or low beams as we like to call it, is where you'll find study spaces, Sam's Coffee Shop, the Stoop Grill where you can grab some burgers and fries, a game room, the college post office, and the chaplain's office. Beamer also houses many of our student engagement offices, such as the Student Activities, the Office of Christian Outreach, the Office of Multicultural Development, and International Student Programs. Not to mention more than 75 student-initiated clubs and student-led groups. Low Beams is a pretty busy place. Each office has its own staff committed to student growth and resources for learning outside the classroom and having fun outside the classroom. But one of my all-time favorite spots in low beams is Gold Star Chapel, a small prayer chapel that's perfect for quiet devotional times. It's named Gold Star for the 39 Wheaton College students who gave their lives during World War II.
Beamer Student Center also houses Anderson Commons, our main dining hall served by Bon Appetit. We've been consistently ranked among the top in the nation for our food, and Bon Appetit is committed to preparing locally sourced meals in their scratch kitchen. The dining hall is a great place to meet friends old and new, enjoy a meal with one of your professors, and delve even deeper into the campus community.
Right across from Beamer is our bookstore and the Center for Vocation and Career, or the CVC. The CVC prepares you to take your Wheaton education out into the world. With dedicated career coaches assigned to specific majors, they will provide plenty of opportunities for growth throughout your 4 years here. Offering more than just the traditional resume and interview help, the CVC helps you figure out who you are, what strengths you bring, and where God is calling you through a curriculum of self-reflection, career exploration, and a commitment to internships. They also help networking and introducing students to employers. Wheaton has an extensive and international network of alumni who love to connect with and offer opportunities to current students.
At Wheaton, you don't have to settle. Wheaton gives you an opportunity to become the person God is calling you to be and prepares you to make the difference God is calling you to make for Christ and His kingdom.
Thank you for joining our tour today. Know that the admissions office and many more on this campus are praying for you, praying that the Lord would direct your next steps and guide your college decision. We would love to connect with you further. Contact the admissions office to meet your admissions counselor, get your questions answered, and to set up your next visit. We look forward to meeting you. See you soon.
Welcome back to King Arena for tonight's CCIW women's basketball action between the Wheaton Thunder hosting the Augustana Vikings. Great first half of exciting basketball. Just finished just before halftime. Wheaton leads 24-19. Augustana looking to continue on their nice scoring streak that they had in about the last minute and a half of the second quarter. We'll see what they can do here as we open up the second half of the game.
Yeah, Josh, I was able to sneak into the locker room as Kent Madsen talked to his Thunder team and be a fly on the wall, and he said, hey, we did a great job defensively in that first half. We had 12 points off of turnovers. Augustana had 11 turnovers, so that's almost a point per turnover, and we had 2 shot clock violations. We did a good job defensively, but it's just not good enough. We need to keep it up. We need to extend our lead, and we need to play hard. And so I'm excited to see this Wheaton team come out and see if they can have a consistent second half with how they played in the first half and kind of step it up and see some other people contribute other than Annika Richardson, who's just been playing great tonight. She's been on fire, but I'd like to see her teammates kind of get in the mix as well and see if this Wheaton team can be as well-rounded as I think they are.
Both teams will roll with their starting lineups from the very beginning of our game. Lily Schwen will take the ball for the Thunder on the first offensive possession. She kicks out to Hannah Swider, a quick three-point attempt. No good. Lily Schwen with a nice offensive rebound. She tried to get it to Hannah Swider, but it was knocked away by Gabriella Louise from Augustana, who will now inbound for the Vikings. Brynison taking the ball up the court for the Vikings, guarded by Annika Richardson. Pass inside to Louise. Lauren Hall with a mid-range jumper, does not fall.
Looks like we have an over-the-back call down low. Good job by Caroline Sickink there to box out hard and to get that call.
Gabriella Louise subs out for the Vikings, and in for her is Dana Reiser. Schwen takes the ball up the court for the Thunder, surveying the court. Finds Sickink, the pass is almost taken away from her, but she spins out of the way of the defender and converts a nice little floater.
Nice pull-up jumper there by Sicking to recognize that Bainborn was a little too far ahead and she had that space to pull up and shoot and finish.
Lauren Hall with the ball. Passes it to Brynison. Pass down low from Brynison to Bainborn. Just a little too much heat on that pass. Goes off of the hands of Bainborn. It's Thunder ball. Lily Schwen will once again start the Thunder possession as she takes the ball up the court. Finds Ellie Castle. Surveys the floor and gets it back to Lily Schwen at the top of the key. She drives into Castle. And there it is for Ellie Castle. Like you said earlier, Amelia, her bread and butter, that nice 15-foot jumper, and she makes it count once again. Wheaton up 28-19. Great defense from Hannah Swider. She's got the fast break. No one near her. Oh, and just a little too much gas on that shot there. Does not fall, but still great defense from Hannah Swider on that possession. Brynison surveys the court. Finds Hannah Simmer. Dana Reiser with the ball now to Lauren Hall at the three-point line. She drives in on Castle. Castle standing tall. Hall with a pass as she falls down to the corner. Did not make it count. Brynison, shot clock expiring. Shot is up. Annika Richardson with a nice shot contest. And that will be Wheaton Thunder ball. Great defense on that possession, even after a nice offensive rebound from Augustana. The Thunder still holding them scoreless on that one.
Definitely, and that's their third shot clock violation of the game for Augustana. Great defense there by the Thunder. You saw Coach Madsen on his feet cheering his team on. That's exactly what he asked for at halftime, and it's great to see them executing on the defensive end right now.
Annika Richardson three-point attempt off of a nice little pass from Ellie Castle. And at this point, it's just becoming expected that when Annika Richardson pulls up from the three-point line, it's more than likely going to go down. Nice underhand layup from Hannah Simmer against some tough defense. She makes it count for the and one. We'll see if she converts the free throw attempt here.
Great job by Simmer. Annika Richardson shot it right in her face, and then she was able to get back and get the and one on the other end of the court. So great to see her come back, and now she's on the free throw line.
Free throw does not go down. Richardson kicks it out to Lily Schwen, who pushes up the court. Some impressive speed from Schwen. Kicks it out to Swider, who comes in. Oh, and shot goes in and out. Brynison out to Reiser. Pass was a little hard, but pulled in by Reiser. Brynison back out to Hall, to the corner for Simmer. Bainborn sets a screen. The pass is out to Lauren Hall now, to the corner to Dana Reiser, who pulls up for the three-pointer, and it's good from Dana Reiser. That is what the Vikings needed to build off of that nice and one from Simmer. Thunder now with a 7-point lead. Hannah Swider, nice baseline cut, up and under, and one. What an impressive shot from Hannah Swider, and you can tell she's been looking for that all night. There have been a few possessions where she's been looking for the foul. She finally gets it there with the bucket. She'll shoot a free throw here, hopefully getting the three-point play.
Yeah, great job by Hannah Swider there to drive on the left side, finish with her right, and get the and one. Just staying tough there under the basket tonight. Missed a couple of shots, which has obviously been frustrating for her, but great to see her kind of step up there and finish with the free throw right there. As it looks like Kaylee Hermanson's going to sub in for Swider right now.
Already in this third quarter, both teams shooting quite a bit better than they were in the first half. First half was relatively low scoring, lots of great defense play, but also just some shooting struggles from both teams. Lily Schwen picks up the steal and the basket. Great defensive play by Lily Schwen to pick up the steal and to convert it off the fast break on the other end. Now we'll have a timeout.
Yeah, good job there by Schwen. Coach Madsen at halftime told his team, we have 0 fast break points right now. We need to get some fast break points. So good job there by Schwen to use her speed and finish on the other end and kind of get that energy back for her team with just over 6 minutes to go in the third quarter. We'll update you now on some CCIW matchups tonight in the women's end. The Elmhurst Blue Jays are beating Carthage right now 41-33. Milliken is losing currently to Illinois Wesleyan, the two remaining undefeated teams in the CCIW. Milliken's down 21-37. And North Park is beating North Central 45-37. North Park's one of those CCIW teams that's been hit pretty hard by COVID protocols right now, so great to see them up in the third quarter of their game.
Thunder now with a 12-point lead, their largest of the game. And like you were saying, Amelia, the fast break has already been something we've seen from the Thunder early in this second half. Hannah Swider had a nice takeaway and chance at fast break points earlier. Unfortunately, her shot didn't fall. And then we saw the same kind of action from Lily Schwen. A really nice defensive play on her end with the steal, bringing it down the court with that speed and just converting it, getting an easy 2 points off of the offensive mistake from Augustana. Brynison will take the ball up the court for the Vikings once again. She surveys the floor, drives in on Richardson and kicks it to Beinborn. Beinborn looking. Hannah Simmer moves in just inside the three-point line and gives it to Lauren Hall, who gives it back to Beinborn. Three-point attempt is good from Macy Beinborn.
Great job by Macy Beinborn there to finish that shot. She can get hot and turn it on, especially we've seen her do that in the second half of games this season. The daughter of head coach Mark Beinborn, who's in his 10th season with the Vikings.
Sickink was looking for Annika Richardson on that to-the-basket cut, but unfortunately just a little late. Ellie Castle with the shot from her spot. As you've said earlier, Amelia, and we've seen many times this game already, her bread and butter, that 15-footer mid-range shot from Ellie Castle goes in on the nice touch. Another great shot from her. Brynison with a pull-up three-pointer, just a little short. Hermanson gets tied up with Beinborn down low, fighting for the rebound. The Thunder end up with it. Sickink pushing the ball up the court. Castle with a nice looking pass at first to Lily Schwen, but it's knocked out of bounds by the Vikings. The Thunder will retain possession. Hodges subs in for Dana Reiser for the Vikings. Lily Schwen with a nice lob pass to Ellie Castle. Slips out of her hands and is now in the hands of Richardson. She kicks it down low. Sickink cannot make it count. Once again, players on the floor fighting for a rebound. A lot of grit this game we've seen from both teams. Caroline Sickink setting the tone as far as intensity goes on the Wheaton end. We've just seen her fighting on every possession for the things that do show up on the stat sheet, but also the things that don't.
Yeah.
And it looks like we're going to be having another timeout here.
Yeah, definitely. We've seen these teams fight. I think Wheaton's fighting right now to end their first half of CCIW play well. If they win tonight, they'll be 4-4, which is unusual for the Thunder. So they're really fighting to get another win under their belt before entering the second half of conference play. And then Augustana is just fighting to stay alive right now after all these away games that they've had. So it's great to see this grit out there by all these players who are just excited that they can play. They've obviously faced a lot of adversity in the past 2 years due to COVID. Last year was a short season. Neither of these teams had played a game by this point last season. The CCIW play did not start until next week at this point last year. So it's great to see these teams finally getting the opportunity to have full seasons this year. And we see that in those little small gritty plays on the court like we just saw from Sickink that unfortunately resulted in a foul.
Timeout will be concluding in just a moment here. The Thunder look to continue to build on their current 11-point lead. There have been points where Augustana has kind of rushed back at the end of the first half. We saw Augustana with two very nice offensive possessions back-to-back to put them down just 5 points. But every time Augustana's managed to get a little bit closer, the Thunder have been able to kind of hold them at arm's length, something they'll hope to continue to do. I think with some of the defensive play, like we were just talking about in that intensity, we're going to see the Thunder continue to do that, to be able to hold them at arm's length. But we'll see what Augustana does to try and work against that. Simmer with the ball moving in. Shot attempt misses, but looks like there's a foul on the play. Hodges will inbound for the Thunder. Hodges with a nice lob pass up to Lauren Hall. Kicks it out to Brynison. Brynason's three-pointer no good. Hodges moving to the corner. Trapped in the corner.
Looks like she called a timeout. Smart play there by Hodges.
Yep, preventing what would have been an easy turnover forced by the trap from the Wheaton defense. Calls a timeout, prevents any potential play that results in more Wheaton points.
Yeah, definitely not trying to get another turnover there for Augustana, especially since Wheaton now has 19 points off of Augustana's 15 turnovers. So great play there by Hodges.
Something to keep an eye on as we continue through this game is the fouls, like we've talked about. Both teams have quite a few players with at least one foul on the stat sheet. For Augustana, Gabriela Louise has 4, and Caroline Sickink, as we've talked about, has 3 for the Thunder. That could start to play a little bit more of a role as this game continues to progress. Hodges gets the ball to Lauren Hall, who's just inside the three-point line. She kicks it to Macy. Hodges deep three-pointer, no good.
Another solid job by the Thunder there to wear Augustana out and wear that shot clock out as well. Get them to kind of force a shot and then let it go out of bounds and get that possession again as Lily Schwen will bring it up the court.
Lily Schwen is guarded by Hodges. Hannah Swider gets out to the three-point line. Hodges falls down. Hannah Swider, nice! Takes advantage of the defensive lapse. Nice underhand finish from Hannah Swider for 2 points. Wheaton is now up 13, their largest lead of tonight. Hodges working on Swider. Kicks out to Brynison, who kicks it to Lauren Hall just outside. Hannah Simmer moving in. Impressive basket from Hannah Simmer, working along the outside of the restricted area to put up a nice underhanded layup, and she makes it count.
Yeah, finishes even with the fadeaway.
Richardson stuffed at the three-point line as she attempts to pass to Castle by Simmer. Simmer loses her handle. Ball goes out of bounds just underneath the basket. It looks like Augustana will retain possession. Hodges will inbound for them once again. Hodges with a nice inbound to Lauren Hall, who's working on Ellie Castle. Nice spin move, but stuffed by Ellie Castle just underneath the rim. What an impressive block by her.
Castle,
Lily Schwen pushing up.
Castle 4th in the conference right now for block shots. So great to see her get a block tonight.
Castle with an errant pass attempt to Annika Richardson, which is tipped by Hannah Simmer, but the ball will stay with the Thunder. The Thunder making some substitutions. It looks like Taylor Sanders is in for Ellie Castle, and Anna Mooney is in for Lily Schwen. Hannah Swider's got the ball at the top. Augustana also with a substitution on this possession. Aaron Morrissey for Lauren Hall. Annika at the top. Shot blocked as the shot clock expires.
Just couldn't get that one off soon enough, and that's their first shot clock violation of the game. So we're finally starting to see Wheaton kind of get a little tired here and not able to make those smart offensive plays that they were doing in the first half. So we'll see if they can keep it up with just about 2.5 minutes to go in the third.
Well, and Amelia, we've seen the shot clock cause some issues for Augustana, but not so much for Wheaton. And even with Wheaton, we've seen them take a lot of shots early in the clock, just being unafraid to take those open looks, even if it's only a few seconds into that shot clock. But there, obviously at the end of the possession, Richardson feeling forced to throw up a shot, which was tipped on the way up. Hannah Swider driving in on Hodges, attempts to pass out of the double team, unfortunately picked off by Hodges. Macy Beinborn calls for the pass in the corner.
Looks like she wanted the call there, but it'll be a double dribble, and Wheaton will get the possession back.
The Thunder were on their heels a little bit on that last Augustana possession, but with the double dribble by Beinborn, they caught a little bit of a break.
Yeah, definitely. We're starting to see Augustana kind of pushing the ball. The script's starting to be flipped a little bit. They're getting the defensive stops and pushing the ball on offense. They're just not able to finish right now. So we'll see with just under 2 minutes to go if Augustana can step it up as Taylor Sanders shoots and misses. Richardson tips it out.
Richardson with a deep three-pointer. No good. On that possession, we saw a little bit of what looks to me like a little bit of a Augustana defensive game plan that's been adjusted a little bit for Richardson. Every time she's moved inside the three-point line during this half, there's been at least one other body besides her defender to come and meet her. So it looks like Augustana's trying to mitigate Annika Richardson's impressive scoring from tonight.
Yeah, she's being swarmed, and so now we'll see if she can recognize that and then kick it outside to her open teammates as Swider turns it over here.
Hodges pushing up the court, impressive pace. Dana Reiser fumbles with the pass, but is able to keep it alive. The ball is back with Hodges, who's working on Anna Mooney. Brynison with an open three-pointer, makes it count, shot falls.
That'll be a 2 for her, right on the line there.
Just under 30 seconds left, the Thunder with a 9-point lead now. Swider surveying the court, and
looks like she got the call, so Sanders will head to the line. Taylor Sanders, the senior captain out of Tulsa, Oklahoma, came back this season from a tough injury, had labrum surgery in the spring, so she's worked her way to get back on this court tonight as she makes her first.
With that, the Thunder lead is now back into double digits. Both the Thunder and the Vikings making substitutions now. Annika Richardson out for Caroline Sickink. For the Vikings, it looks like Grace Nestich has entered the game, and Macy Beinborn is back in as well. Nestich will take the ball up the court. With just under 10 seconds left, Augustana looking to make good on this last offensive possession of the quarter. Brynison moving against tough defense from Sickink, almost has the shot fall, but great defense from Sickink, forcing an awkward shot to end the quarter from Brynison. Wheaton up 11 points. Amelia, what are your thoughts on this third quarter?
Yeah, I think that was an interesting third quarter. I think we definitely saw it get a little bit messy down the stretch from both teams. Wheaton starting to get a little tired, can't quite keep their defense up as well as they were in the first half, but still holding it down, leading by double digits. Augustana was turning it on offensively for a stretch, but again, those legs are tired as well, and so they weren't able to keep it up. So this fourth quarter will really be about who has the stamina to play hard for the last 10 minutes of this game.
And kudos to the Vikings for putting up such a fight. They've played remarkably well, especially when we consider, like you mentioned earlier, the fact that they've had 7 games in the past 14 days playing at pretty much the level of frequency that professional basketball players do. Certainly difficult for players at the WNBA and NBA levels, much less the college level. So hats off to them for coming out and still playing hard and keeping the game competitive still.
Yeah, definitely, and it's tough for them to play away from home 3 games in a row as well, especially usually they're able to have some good fan attendance in King Arena since they typically recruit from the Chicagoland area, and so due to COVID protocols, no other team fans are allowed in King Arena, and so it's been tough for them to play away from home, I'm sure, as well, and just kind of be on their own and living out of a bus.
Nestich was getting swarmed by Swider there, put the ball out, and is now with